The forgiveness that most common religion, as in 99% of it, as far as I can see, tells you to give others and to get from God is a total lie. It's a 100% lie, as in from hell, from the one who was a murderer and a liar from the beginning. If you could forgive like God forgives, that means you could destroy sin. That's what he did on the cross. He destroyed sin. He remembers it no more. We forgive the best we can, but we remember. We don't stop. We can't not remember. That's just not in the cards. We can acknowledge that we are forgiven and therefore receive divine forgiveness. And to the extent that we can understand that someone who has sinned against us, they are literally forgiven. That the same God who has forgotten my sin has forgotten their sin. I can acknowledge that, but I can't forgive like that because I can't destroy sin. And that's the significance. It goes back to the significance of the person of Jesus Christ, that he is the only God, the only creator. He is not another person apart from God. The Son of God is the Father in the flesh. The Father became flesh, became the Son, so that he could take on all the sins of all the world, of every person ever, past, present, and future. Yes. And then in that flesh, through the Holy Spirit, die, experience death, and destroy all that sin. The Holy Spirit, the eternal Spirit of God, experienced death. You will experience death, and your spirit will live on. He experienced death, and it was for a very specific reason. It was to take away our sin, so that you could see that and believe in him and his forgiveness, and maybe someday actually receive it and be free from your sin. But you will never take away someone else's sin. So don't think you're going to forgive like God forgives. That's a lie. That's religion. That's hate and contempt for God and his truth. Don't believe in doctrines of men that hate God. I used to believe that stuff. I hated my God. He makes it clear. He says it all the time to Israel, you have hated me. And the number one thing they did to hate him was to go after other gods. The Trinity is the other gods. The Trinity, just as a side note, this is a freebie I'm throwing in here for you. The Trinity is the other gods that God told us not to go after. That's the evil genius, so-called, of the devil, that he made God himself the other gods. So don't go after other gods. Don't go after other religions and doctrines that say you forgive because you're just like Jesus. You're not. If you say that, you're a liar and the truth is not in you. Know you're forgiven, and then maybe someday you'll be able to pass it on. But you can't have nothing until you receive it from him.